My parents' house is a over 30 years old apartment complex. Although we were a single mother family, my brother and I had already married and moved out of that place, and now my mother lives there alone. It was when I went back there with my daughter, who was 3 years old at the time, to give birth to my second child. My mother had gone to work, so me and my daughter were left alone. And suddenly she said to me, "Mommy, unknown men are here." I wondered and looked around the room, but no one was there except us. "Where? Nobody's here." And she replied, "They're there, two of them." I got a shiver down my spine. Fortunately, my daughter was shy, and did not seem to want to make contact with them. When my mother came home and told her about it, she was terrified. She said, "Don't say that. I was just scared the other day too." And she shrugged. My mother also said, just the other day, she visited a neighbor who lives in the same apartment building, but she was not available, so she talked with her daughter. Later, the neighbor whom she had visited called her, and when they were talking, she said something strange to her. "When you came to our room before, who was the person who came with you?" "My daughter told me that you came with a stranger." My mother said she definitely visited alone and had no companion. So she said, "What? I went alone." And she replied, "Really?" My daughter said there was another stranger beside you. My mother was scared, and tried not to pry too deeply into the matter. In fact, the apartment complex is where there are several other residents who say ghosts are there. Those who can't see them don't know, but it feels creepy to hear many people saying so. I told this story to my brother too, and even he said, "Actually, I had too." He said, when he was still living there, he experienced once. Our room was on the 3rd floor, and below his room was the entrance of the building. It is an old building, and we can hear a lot of noises around us, but in the middle of the night, it is quiet. My brother told me that, one day when he woke up until midnight, he heard a bicycle riding a little far away. People have different life cycles. Some people work late into the night, while others come home after a late night of fun and games. So the sound itself was not particularly strange. The bicycle seemed to be an old one, and it was making a squeaking sound as it rode by. He said that he heard the bicycle's sound entering through the gate of the complex, passing between several buildings, and coming to the entrance under the window of his room. He thought, did someone come home? Without thinking seriously, he flipped the curtains and looked directly down through the window. But the bicycle was not there. He thought, huh. That's strange, I thought it had come all the way around here. He looked around more, but he couldn't find the bicycle anywhere. Then, the next moment, right behind him, he clearly heard the sound of the bicycle he had heard before. I said, "Oh my God. So what happened?" He said, "I was so scared that I couldn't even turn around, so I just plunged backwards into the bed, head first, and stayed there until the morning." Actually, I have never heard of anything terrible happen there. But perhaps, it is a complex where the living and the dead live together.